Well, this afternoon, President Biden said the Justice Department is taking a look at Georgia's restrictive new voting law. He's denouncing the law as a blatant attack on the Constitution and Jim Crow in the 21st century. We are joined now by Georgia Democratic Congressman Hank Johnson. He is a member of the Judiciary Committee. Thank you for coming on, Congressman Johnson. Let's talk about what's going on right now. President Biden has vowed to push new federal legislation to fight these laws in Georgia and elsewhere. But given the 50-50 tie in the Senate, it's highly unlikely Democrats will be able to push through the voting rights bill the House has already passed. So what can Congress realistically pass at this point?
Well, at this point, with the House having already tendered to the Senate H.R. 1, the For the People Act, is now up to the Senate to pass it. 49 co-sponsors have signed on to Senate 1, which is the For the People Act in the Senate. It takes, of course, 51 to pass. And so you can assume that if Joe Manchin signs on to the legislation, it then can pass the House if there is filibuster reform that is done.
You mean pass the Senate?
Because pass the Senate. I don't think H.R. 1 can get 60 votes in order to make it to the floor for passage. So it's going to take filibuster reform in the Senate to make S1 a reality in the Senate.
But there's even
and S1, of course, will protect us from the nonsense that Georgia, Iowa, and other states are thinking about doing. Georgia has done it. Iowa has done it. Draconian voter suppression laws that they have passed.
But I just really quickly want to ask you, because on the filibuster, there's even fewer Democratic votes to abolish the filibuster. Now, there could be reform. President Biden has suggested that, but that still would mean you would need the votes. So would you be willing to compromise on the voting bill, work with Republicans to try to figure out a way where there could be compromise?
Well, I mean, that's always a possibility. It takes two to tango. Republicans simply are not interested in protecting the right to vote. They seem to be hell-bent on suppressing the ability of people of color and elderly people from being able to cast their votes. They're doing everything they can to make it difficult on a state level to vote. And the federal Republicans appear to not want to interfere with that state process. They would do so if they wanted to lift a finger to support Senate 1, but I suspect that it would be the same way as it was in the House, not a single Republican voting for H.R. 1. And so that's the fate that it will have in the Senate unless the Senate is able to do filibuster reform, and that will take 51 votes in order to do that. So we just need to get Senator Manchin and Senator from Arizona, Kristen Sinema, to the table. I think they have both indicated that they're willing to consider filibuster reform, and that's good.
Let me ask you about these images that have come in showing the Georgia State Representative Park Cannon being arrested as she is knocking on the door there as the governor is announcing the new voting bill. When you see this, what goes through your mind?
Well, it's a throwback to the past when it's actually almost like a knee on the neck of Georgia voters, just like that officer had his knee on the neck of George Floyd. What the governor was inside closed doors in secret doing was putting his knee on the neck of Georgia's voters. And while he was doing it, you had a state representative in the Capitol after the House has done its work, after the Senate had done its work, passed the bill to the governor for his signature, and he signed it without much thought at all. He signed it quickly, but he was in his office behind closed doors, doing it with a collection of good old boys with him. She simply knocked on the door, and for that action, her hands were cuffed behind her back like a common criminal, and she was literally dragged from the capital of Georgia and lodged in the Fulton County Jail after being accused of trumped up charges, felony charges that she's facing now. And it is a throwback to the past when black people did not have rights in this country. You couldn't even go into the Capitol. Now you can go in, but it's a law against knocking on the door, seeking entry. And it's something that will not stand. The voters of Fulton County, the voters of Georgia, will not allow this kind of just outrageous legislation to be the law of the land. Nor will the jurors convict Representative Cannon of trumped up charges like she faces today.
All right, Representative Hank Johnson, thank you for coming on and sharing your perspective. We appreciate it.
Thank you.